woman want a working man, but with that, you're not gonna get all their time. And then a woman want a man with all their time, but with that, you ain't gonna get a man with money.
What type of leadership or what type of guidance are you giving your kids, because you have this woman that's not really kind of giving you a clear vision of what she needs from you in order for you to be a man? We back on That Part podcast. I got my little bro here with me. There's been a couple episodes that we filmed, but we haven't put out yet. We just trying to wait for the right time. But I told my little boy to join me because, potentially we want to have a co-host. And, there's nobody better than your family. So here we are today.
I wouldn't say that.
We bring on Jamal C, Black, the gun holder, ammunition locker, whatever you want to call him. But we here, So you want to introduce yourself? If you want to talk about your IG.
My name is What He Said. So, I'm just here with my boy. He hit me up, let me know to come through. Well, I've been telling him, let me come through here. Because he been hesitating with y'all. I'm like, man, get out to the people asking about you.
You know what? This motherfucker won't give a damn what he say, when he say it, and how he say it. So when you look at this whole clip or just following along, he don't give a damn what he say. So please,
I know I gotta wait a few minutes, before we start doing any of that.
What you gotta wait for a few minutes for?
You won't get no money from YouTube if you cursing right away. You gotta wait until they're not watching. I think it's 2 minutes or something like that. You wait until.
Oh, well, we already cursed. It's been longer than 2 minutes.
You cursed.
Oh, okay. Well,
you ain't say nothing. Yeah, you ain't say nothing crazy.
We don't want to talk about nothing too crazy that's gonna get us canceled out.
Yeah.
So let's get straight into it. So me and my bro, I have four kids. My brother has one child, but he's a single father.
I got a dog.
I got a dog too, but dogs are a little different.
A father that's single.
You got a dog, which is Dino, which is a male.
Yeah.
And then you
that's
have
my
a daughter.
son.
That's your son. Being a single father,
a
but
father
also
that's single.
That you want to make sure you get the single part out.
You got to reiterate. You got to reiterate that because people think being a single parent is you taking care of the child on your own. Her mom do her job, I do my job.
Yeah. I mean, y'all.
So I'm just a father.
For the most part, y'all got a good co-parenting relationship. I know your child's mom, and she's super
it's rare
cool,
in the Black community.
Yeah, definitely. So by you being over on the East Coast, Midwest, me being on the West Coast, it's a little different parenting kids. I grew up, all my kids are growing up in California. So they moving at a certain pace. They thinking certain things is really like how it's supposed to be. Compared to how me and you grew up, we grew up in Chicago, and we can just start with the small struggles of like growing up in the projects, Robert Taylor Homes, dealing with the police, drug dealing, things like that. Kneeling down to piss every day, having fights, going outside.
Kneeling down to pee?
Yeah, I mean, you kneeling down and piss to deal with the police, right? You telling me the police
I thought you were saying, I'm like, you was laying down, you was asleep.
No. The motherfucker would come home from school and they'd be like, all right, I'm good. The whole time you'll see the police running in the building. Next, you kneel down and piss with your hands on your head just to get checked. See if you got any drugs, any guns, things like that. So our upbringing was a little different, but it's just the whole parenting thing. We sat there and we didn't see like a certain level of a 2-parent household where it came to marriage, where it came to like having a strong relationship. We grew up, even though we had a 2-parent household, it was
on and off
for us. Yeah, it was on and off, right? Perfect verbiage, for you to say. 2-parent household, but it was on and off. So it taught us different aspects when we were looking at certain things. But also, I feel like as you become a parent, there's no rule book to how to be a parent. So when you have a kid, you only really going off how you were raised. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So by me moving to a whole different state, raising kids, it made me look at raising my kids a little differently, So you can be like, you can discipline your kid and she can fuck up in school or do whatever. We fucked up in school right away, Mom come home, hey, get ready for these ass whoopings. you know. And my kid fucking up in school, spouse right away, just talk to him. Just talk to him. Me, in my mind, I'm like, look, I'm ready to whoop some ass. Because that's what we was used to when I was young. Like, hey, I think an ass whooping would cure it all. Give or take, but that wasn't the best move. And like somebody told me the other day, your kid can be fucking up all the time or doing something bad or being disobedient. And you yelling at them, the only thing they focus on is you yelling at them. They're not focused on what they did wrong. They're not focused on how
So
to
you feel like
fix
you
it.
should yell and whoop their ass?
Me personally, I don't think both would go together. I think honestly talking in a calm demeanor, giving them straight, like direct conversation for them to understand what they was doing is basically giving them great parenting. Now, give or take, if they're repeating the same steps and not doing what they need to do, then that's different. Right? We deal with two different types of environments when it comes to parenting. Me, like I said, California is a little different when parenting kids. They spoil them a lot. They don't believe in tough love. They don't believe in when it comes to just understanding the concept of what you're doing wrong.
What's
And they give
tough
them too
love?
much leeway, right? For example,
What do you think tough love is?
tough love, shit, that was self-explanatory. Whooping their ass, getting physical on a certain level, even if it's just verbal, just yelling at them, so they understand what the point is of how they fucking up or not doing well in school.
See,
Are they being disobedient? How they not minding their parents at a certain level of respect?
yeah. See, I don't think you have to do any of that to make it so that it's tough love. Denying stuff can be tough love. Stop preventing them from doing stuff is tough love. But you ain't gotta necessarily hit them. Hitting them is just different. It's just like some type of punishment.
Right.
Yeah.
But then, for example, if you're a city child, right? You grow up in New York, you grow up on the East Coast, Chicago. You can go outside, right, with your friends, right? California, in order for you to hang out with your friends, you got to get in the car and get dropped off at their house. You can't just go in the neighborhood and kick it, right? No,
You
not
gotta
in
say,
California.
no, depends on where you at in California. When you rich like y'all, kids ain't just around the corner. They fucking 2 miles away. But if your ass live in Inglewood, they want next door.
You're right. That's LA, right?
Yeah.
But San Diego is totally different, right? You got kids that, hey, for example, like my oldest child today, she's going to be 16. She's like, hey, Dad, I want to go hang out with my friend. I said, that's cool. So can you drop me off? And I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, well, she doesn't live in the area. So it's like, they don't get that, involvement with other kids unless you're dropping them off or you got to take certain transportation just to get them there. And if you tell them, hey, since you doing bad in school, you can't hang out with your friend, you ain't even got to worry about it due to the fact that the friend don't even live in the neighborhood. You can just take their phone and now they super upset. But then also you want your kid to have a level of socialism with other kids because you don't want them to become either an introvert or be not included in what's going on in the world due to the fact that they ain't even got friends. I got 4 kids and my oldest child, which is she's an introvert, right? She won't speak to you unless you speak to her. She don't really worry about kicking and none of that, but you want her to be socialized with other kids.
Why?
You want her to talk to other kids. Leah, totally different. Why what?
Why do you want her to socialize and talk to other kids?
You want her
that's not her.
Because of the distance, right? Because
you don't think she's able to do it.
Right. Think about it. If she's living 3-4 miles away from these kids that she go to school with, that she's cool with, and then all of a sudden you go on, like, let's say a fall break, 2 weeks, and you take her phone because she fucking up. She ain't gonna talk to friends for 2 weeks. She gonna know what to do. She gonna just have her siblings and that's it. So it's nothing where you want them to build a certain level of socialism with other kids. So when they go out into the world, it helps them learn how to talk to people. It helps them learn how to speak, helps them learn how to carry themselves in a certain demeanor, but also helps them learn how to be able to speak a certain way to other people. But if they just not talking to people, introvert, not doing much, then you don't really know how they're going to be, right? Brielle's in 10th grade. She only has 2 friends, right? Give or take, they're about to make a big move back to the East Coast. You don't want Brielle to get over there and not talk to nobody. Yeah, Midwest. You don't want her to get over there and not talk to nobody. You know, it's like, I'm coming from a long way, but also you want her to be open to having new friends, open to being able to learn the environment she's in, you know, understand the ambience of what she's graduating to of something different. For me, I just look at it totally different. Now, if we was on the Midwest, like you know, Camille doesn't have problems making friends with other kids. She doesn't have problems. She's dealing with a whole nother level of friends. Like, she's going to school.
But that's also kind of how she is, though. Just like she's somewhat like me, like a lot like me, her mom, and your daughter's a lot like you. So you're not necessarily like a super people person, bro. Like you have that type of job and stuff like that. But I feel like her being an introvert or whatever is good for her. That's her thing. I wouldn't even try to force her to try to speak with people, and make friends, because she's gonna learn that eventually on her own. And it being who she is, she's gonna make the friends that are similar to her because they're gonna have things in common.
Right.
When she come out of Chicago, they're gonna talk to her just off the strength she ain't from there. And she in high school, they'll be like, all right, who are you? Like, what where you coming from? And she's not gonna be in the city, so you ain't got worried about certain stuff. She'll still be in like a decent neighborhood.
Right. Yeah, she'll be about an hour out. So yeah. So I don't know. I mean, we just teaching different aspects of being a parent.
Yeah.
So I just feel like, you want them to carry a certain level of respect for them, but also you want them to go in the world knowing a lot too. So I feel like I'm not against it, the whole introvert thing, but I don't want her to go in the world being an introvert, because there's a lot of great people out there. Also, there's a lot of great things you can learn, but being secluded to yourself, you're not going to really be able to learn that, and I get on her a lot about small things. Hey, talk to your volleyball coach. Hey, talk to your teacher. She'll go a whole week, miss 2 whole assignments, and the teacher will say, hey, anybody will make up assignment, just email me. And Brielle won't even do it due to the fact that she don't want to talk about it. So she has her moments where it does affect her. But then, now jumping to a whole nother subject, California, for example, we're dealing with a level of this whole transgender thing, right? Brielle is like, she has 2 transgender friends, should I say, right? So every time she talks about her friends, she has 3 female friends, 2 transgender friends, and she always says, Sam, he this, he that, he this. I'm not gonna lie, this shit be fucking my head up. I'll be like, wait, who is he? Oh, Sam. Wait, you talking about Samantha? Yeah. Right.
So wait, has she? Okay, did he transition to her, or did she transition to him?
Yeah.
So it's Sam.
So that's love.
Like, okay. Yeah, understandable.
So for me, it's like, I feel like a lot of things with my kid makes her like come out a little differently. Like,
it's gonna make her a lot better than a lot of kids everywhere else, especially when she come here, because they're not gonna be that open to everything, and she's already gonna have that in her.
And that's good. But also, you don't want to go in that environment where they're a little bit more rough, they're a little bit more aggressive, and they throw it in her face,
I mean, but she's all right.
Yeah, but she might go over there and, like you said, she's already used to a certain amount of things, but then they get over there. And they might make her feel like, damn, do I even want to be here? They talking shit about me because, I'm cool with having a transgender friend, or cool with hanging out with this group of friends or that group of friends, which, I'm not going to say it's not going to benefit her, but you don't want her to feel uncomfortable going into a new environment. You want her to adapt a little bit, right?
Yeah, so her uncle will come out there.
You going to pull up a whole hour some change, and say, hey, who the fuck fucking with Bree and Lil' Bro?
I'm just going to smack they daddy.
You going to smack that's it?
Once I fuck your daddy up, you ain't got no choice but to listen. Because who you going to go to?
Yeah. But see, then you got Leah, which is under Brielle. Leah's a little different, right? Leah's 13. She's an 8th grader. She's into makeup, hair, nails, boys, the typical teenage shit, right? Brielle, she's into transgender friends, anime.
But she not into transgender friends. She just got friends that's transgender.
Yeah.
Ain't like she's searching for like I'm only gonna be friends with motherfuckers like this.
Right.
It's just them what she got.
I think that she's, it's entertaining to hear about these stories of the transition, and just the little small things that they talk about really entertains Brielle. You know what I'm saying? So
I feel like she's just a lot more open to that shit. Not entertaining wise, just like she damn near gonna be a therapist. Why you think she an introvert?
Right.
So that's how I see her. She just seemed like that type of person.
I think she'll adapt to it a little bit more, but it's just my biggest concern is not being accepted for what she do like. You know what I'm saying? Because she's already feel like she's being judged on what she does like in her current environment right now. She goes to high school right now with 3,000 kids. Every class has about damn near like 700 kids. You know what I'm saying? So you got 700 sophomores, you know what I'm saying? 700 juniors. When she goes to school, she's not really looking to talk to nobody else because she feel like she's already being judged because she is friends with somebody who's transitioning to a different type of, a different type of gender. But now that they're creating, like, for example, like 3 different bathrooms in her school, right? You got one that's male, female, then the other one's transgender, which is going to be almost 4 bathrooms. You got transgender going to a male, transgender going to a female. So it's super confusing, but also.
So are they going to separate the transgender bathroom, or are they going to just make it once?
So when you go to the bathroom right now at her school, which is I'm a coach at, her school has 4 different bathrooms: male, female, transition male, transition female.
Okay.
I'm just trying, and then also when you go into the transition female, which is male to female, they have things like as if like they had what they call it, correct me if I'm wrong, a menstrual cycle, if I said that right. As if like a male's supposed to get a period, right? They have pads in the transition from male to female bathroom.
And they also have pads in the female bathroom, right?
Right. But it's like...
You know why, right? It's not even necessarily for the transitioning people. It's for the girls who are going to be okay with going into that bathroom.
I mean, you say that now, but realistically, like, if you got all transitional males going to females, what do you need pads in the bathroom for? You know what I'm saying? I don't think at a level of you going in there and thinking like, all right, well, I see pads, I see, gloves, I see all the stuff, as if like if you had a 5-day cycle, do we really need it?
Yeah. So I'll tell you that what it's going to be for. It's not going to be for the transitional women.
It'll be the one that mistakenly walk in there that's actually a female.
They're not going to mistakenly walk in there. They're going to go in there just because it's right there, and they are okay with them. Like, especially like Bree got friends like this, so she's going to go into those bathrooms with them just so she don't have to like not go to like go away to her bathroom and miss the conversation that they're having.
Right. I mean, that makes sense though. Makes sense 1,000%. You got it. Like, you're right. So if you go in there with your friend,
it also could be like you have those people who feel like they missing a limb, but they're not. But they go in and get surgery because
a limb.
No, it's people like people. It's people that think that they are missing an arm.
Yeah.
That would go and get surgery to get that arm removed because it bothers them. The arm being there, so that they might go through some stuff like that. You never know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. It's a little different for me, to understand it.
Yeah.
It
really ain't like what it is it ain't really for us to really understand because we don't have to necessarily deal with it too much.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Like, I get it. You may have to because that's what they have to go through. We didn't have to go through any of that.
Yeah.
So for us, we like, see, now you gonna say for us because for me, I really don't care. Like,
same.
What y'all got going on? Yeah.
Same.
So it'd be like, do y'all think whatever y'all want to do?
Yeah. Because I live in that environment.
Yeah.
But then also, when my kid brings me, hey, can I hang out with this person or that person? It's like, I don't really care, but then it's like, exactly. I don't want to be disrespectful and confuse the person, because if you don't address them correctly, like, him or shim, whatever you want to call it, him, her.
But they need to, they know how to let you know what they want to be addressed as.
Right.
Until then, I would just call them by their name.
Right. But then everybody calls him Sam, but then we talking about Samantha, so we don't really know how to address it. Like,
even Samantha is called Sam.
Yeah, true.
As a nickname.
But she has 2 friends. And then the other one is, I don't even know the other friend. Honestly, I'm just keep it a bug. I can care less. But I mean, it's just the principle of having to understand her friend group and being respectful, because also when you do meet their parents of like, hey, have them back at a certain time, the parents on the same type of time that the friend that's transitioning is on. Yeah. So if I say, hey, what time you want me to have Samantha back at home? They're gonna be looking at you like, well, you really know it's Sam. Okay, well look, I don't really know what to say when it comes. So I want to make sure I'm correcting myself, right?
My bad.
Right.
See, I wouldn't even say Samantha. Like I don't even know how you get mixed up with it, because you ain't grow up calling them by their nickname.
Right. So I would just fuck around and say Sam. I mean, we all gonna go through it. Like I said, it's just a little different from where we from, and then where the area I'm in. So overall,
I think I'll be straight, because I like my amount of not really caring about the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Not caring about it, it's just more so I'm called whatever the hell you want to be called, because I ain't making up no names for nobody. Yeah. You can be who the hell you want to be. That's on you. Ain't got nothing to do with me too much.
Yeah.
But Camille is more like her father. So she's like half introvert, but she's like, she has a big set of friends, and she easily make friends.
Right. I mean, she's a really active kid though, honestly. So, and just, I feel like keeping them in certain groups and sports, it makes them more opening up to other kids. You know what I'm saying? So by you, let me ask you this. So by you being a single father,
that's single,
you want to make sure everybody know you're single?
It ain't even that. I just want to make sure I don't like the single parent thing where people like call it out as if they're doing everything on their own.
Right. And I mean, you're not, right? So let me get into that. So do you feel like, Camille looks at it a certain way because her mom was recently married and then her dad is a father that's single, as you say? Do you feel like
she's okay with that?
Right.
Yeah.
Because going back and forth to do 2 different households, makes her feel a certain way as far as like, do she think she enjoys it? Has she ever had you with her? Why you went out with my mom? Can you and my mom get back together?
Hell no.
None of those.
Camille, when I tell you she's like me when it comes to that stuff, I don't think she really cares about adults' relationships.
Right.
Because I know I did. I felt like it wasn't my place to try to put my mom with my father. Like, them being apart didn't take away who they were to me. So if it don't bother me in that way, it ain't my business. I ain't get into grown-ups arguments. Maybe we might talk shit like between us. We talk shit about everything, but as far as the relationship of the parents, it's not necessarily the kids. They don't have anything to do with it. As long as you doing right for your kids, they shouldn't even have an opinion on it. That's why.
Right, though, but they got a lot to do with it because they see what you're doing, right? Yeah. So they don't see.
But it depends on what you put in their face, though.
Right.
Yeah.
So, for example, if your child's mom has a partner, but then they don't see you with a partner, they start to ask you questions like, "What's going on? Like, do you have a girlfriend? Why are you not with my mom? My friend's mom and dad is together. Why y'all ain't together? Yeah. Why does my mom have a husband that's not you?" You get those questions. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, how do you?
I do not get those questions,
right?
Because like I said, my child's like me. But like the answer will be flat out for me. I'll just tell her the truth. But I don't necessarily just bring any woman around my child, so she wouldn't even get to see women I'm dating until it gets kind of serious.
So you telling me Camille ain't never seen a sneaky link leave the room or the house?
Oh, fuck no.
So sneaky links only come when she at her mom's house.
I wouldn't look. Ain't nobody sneaking in here.
Oh,
they coming in after she sleep. They leaving before she wake.
I mean, she's a very smart little girl. So at the end of the day, you think they sneaking out before she wake up the whole time. Camille,
Camille, these kids up all fucking night. So
true.
If it ain't a school night,
True.
She's up all night, and then she's not getting up until like fucking 10, 11 or something. Like most of the time, if I got an actual chick coming over here, they leaving directly after we done doing whatever we're doing. They coming over to talk, to have our conversation, they gone. But they ain't coming to talk to me about shit. They couldn't text me. Yeah. So it's like we straight to business and they gotta go.
Hey, I get it. Shit. So you living that's that bachelor life.
Yeah. And in real life, I ain't even on that type of time.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, I got
so
a little piece.
Some potentials out there or what?
It's a potential.
That's it. I mean, I like the way you word that. You said a potential. So now all I'm thinking, I might be that potential.
No, I mean that it's on you to feel a way that ain't close to reality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
You heard what Shaq said. What was that? What was that Shaq or KG? You can do anything. Anything is possible. That's KG. Anything is possible.
I think that was Shaq.
No, that's KG. That's KG.
This nigga.
Anything is possible. They done made the clips and shit. Yeah. They can fly. Go ahead, jump off that building then.
This guy.
Ain't on me. I ain't stopping while we're doing it. I'm gonna tell you, do a backflip.
I mean, like you said, shit, we kind of live in an off and on 2-parent household, so we don't get those questions from kids. Shit, what's a right parent?
Have you ever asked Mom about her relationships?
No. Only reason why I didn't ask is due to the fact that I wasn't really worried about her relationships. I was worried about more her, like, you know, what was her mental life? How was she doing? Because if she wasn't doing well and her mental wasn't there, you know, I see it reflecting her parenting. She would be worried about other things, but she never lacked in any areas. But she, you know, everybody deserves to be loved a certain way. So you date.
What if they prevent that type of love? Because it seemed like none of y'all really ever spoke with her about her relationships and stuff like that.
Right.
So y'all don't necessarily know. Like the other day, somebody was saying that they didn't know, like growing up, they didn't think about getting married because their parents weren't married, whatever. And then Jasmine, our sister, commented on the status. She wanted to be married, but she never thought, you know, she said something about Mom. You know, and I'm like, yeah, Mom wish she was married. She do wish she was married. She do wish she had a relationship outside of just being single right now. And then Gemma thought I was bullshit, but I ain't put no LOLs. I'm like, ask her. Because she don't want to be like single. Nobody wants to be old and alone. That don't make sense.
I mean, but technically, if you really think about it, do you want to have a partner too? Because just having that freedom and doing what you want to do, it's a little different.
See, I don't understand why people call it freedom. Why can't you do what you want to do while in a relationship? What are you trying to do that you can't do while you're in a relationship?
That's true.
People like, y'all want to go outside when I feel like, why can't you go outside? You're a grown ass woman.
Motherfucker on your bumper about just little shit, you like, damn, do I really want to keep dealing with that? Yeah, honestly, you come in this world alone. Do you want to have somebody in your bumper the whole time while you're here, and then you leave the world alone? Yeah. So
you lead the world. You don't necessarily leave alone. You just end up by yourself, unless y'all get buried together or put in cremated together. But at the same time, when you die and you're in a relationship, they still right there when you die, and then they planning your funeral.
Right.
Then they picking up where you left off at. If they really was with you, they're gonna have to pick up where you left off at when it comes to your family. So it's a lot of stuff that just ain't like that. I ain't trying to be alone. I feel like you need love.
I don't know. I mean, in the Bible, of course, that's what God promotes. You know, you need love, and you want to be loved a certain way, and have somebody by your side. But you know, some people don't believe in that. You know, if you think about it, for example, like look at. Like the longest standing relationship that, in my eyes, that I've seen is our sister Trisha, right? She's been with Nick for 20 plus years, but they got married at the 20-year mark. What took you so long to be like, all right, well, you know, let me go ahead and tie the knot, you know? You
know what take men long, right?
No.
What took when did you say you wanted to be married?
It took me to be like, all right, motherfucker had to cross off a lot of boxes. And in order for me,
that's exactly. Right. So that's the same thing for him.
Right.
It just took him them 20 years to cross off those boxes. And I feel like he's still not where he wants to be. So for most men, they want to have a steady job or steady income, and they want to have a place where they can call a home. And then they want to be like, all right, I got everything I need for my lady. Now we can finish building together. But for the most part, a lot of men don't be having that. And they don't feel that they have those boxes checked off. You had your career that you thought you were going to do for 20 years. You had your house. And then you was like, fuck it. We got these kids. Let's get married.
So you think they kind of winged it out for the kids?
Yeah. I don't see another reason. I feel like all men think that way. Well, a lot of the times.
I wouldn't say that.
No, I'm saying a lot of times.
I mean, I'm talking about black men. That way. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm talking about black men because other races don't care about that. They can build together. But if a black woman is doing well, she ain't gonna marry a man that's not doing well.
Makes sense.
Now, if a black man will marry a woman that works at McDonald's because they love him, they're not necessarily worried about what the woman can do for them. They only worried about what they can do for their woman. Yeah, but a lot of black women ain't trying to marry nobody that ain't got nothing going for themselves. Even if they trying to work on themselves, if they already done with their school and they got their career, why would they wait for somebody else is on that path with them when they can potentially find somebody that already got it? But that ain't how life works.
But I mean, think about it. Do you get a lot of black men that stay in relationships because they have children with that woman, though?
So look, how often do black men even break up the relationship? A black man to be with a woman regardless.
Black men don't break up the relationship, but then also you got to consider those kids too. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. But I'm saying, remember, what I'm saying is black men don't necessarily say it's over. I don't want to be here no more. Not often. Them niggas are put up through everything. Remember, growing up, a happy wife was a happy life. That's what we thought, right? So that nobody ever said nothing about the man being happy at night. Ain't nobody even care about how granddaddy felt. You ever seen a motherfucker outside of grandma look out for granddaddy before he got sick?
No. But see, that's that old school love, about that. That's that old school love.
Yeah.
So, when you going through relationships with, boyfriend, girlfriend, certain ages, things like that, and then you have a child together, the child look at, okay, well, a 2-parent household is a little different than having a 1-parent household. So it's like you're raising them a certain way. And then as they get older, they're not, like you said, like Jasmine, she's like, I want to be married, but I didn't see my mom as this or that, So it is effective. And for example, I know people right now that have been in marriage for 20 years, 20 some plus years, but motherfucker was unhappy for 15 of those years and they ride it out because of the kid. I mean, is that really a good look for the kids? No, it's not.
No.
Because
it's not even a good look for you. It's not a good look for the person because once the kid, I feel you can't build your relationship around your kids because the kids will eventually have to grow up and live their own life. And then what you have left for your relationship. Now y'all ain't got nothing. Then y'all gonna either break up or just act like y'all don't exist. So Jasmine's exact word was mom always spoke negatively about marriage.
Right.
All she thought was geared towards independence. So she was geared towards independency. And then, but it wasn't necessarily some years ago, she was talking about how she had this guy that she was with, that she was dating, right? That she used to go to see him. He lived out of state or whatever. And he would be working too hard to pick her up from the airport. So he would have a driver pick her up from the airport in a limo or whatever and take her to the house. And she had a problem with that. And then I'm like, but now when she looked back on, she was like, yeah, I feel like I shouldn't have had a problem with that. I should have been okay with it. Because a woman want a working man, but with that, you're not going to get all their time. And then a woman want a man with all their time, but with that, you ain't going to get a man with money. So you're going to either limit what y'all can do together. Yeah. Or help them build. And it's not necessarily everybody don't want to help somebody else build.
I mean, but then also look at it like this, like you said, a woman want a working man, but you have no time. But then when you do got time, you're going to be broke, right? So just imagine having kids with that woman. How are the kids looking at it? Like, dad's always working. He's never really home. He's, mom's always complaining, this and that. But then dad's always home, but then now we're struggling. So what type of leadership or what type of advice or what type of guidance are you giving your kids because you have this woman that you're with that's not really kind of giving you a clear vision of what she needs from you in order for you to be a man. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you're gonna be a man regardless. Like you be a man. You being a man is not gonna prevent you from being with her. Mm-hmm. Being the man is different,
right?
Because like in your household, that's what we missed out on, is having 2-parent household to where you actually have a parent that'll ask questions about certain stuff if you have those questions. But because you have a single parent household, they have to work their ass off to take care of you.
Yeah.
So a lot of time, especially out here, a lot of kids are raised by outside. Mm-hmm. And then when you go outside, when they ain't got no community center to go to, no programs to go to, they wonder how they're ending up like they are because all you got is the street. If you raise a motherfucker and you tell them their whole life they're going to be an animal, well, wild animal, how do they grow up and become something other than that? Unless they have that gear in their head already. I'm going to go against everything you do or say, and I'm going to try to be better than what you think I'm going to be. But when it's so easy to just be what everybody else is, sometimes you're forced to be that. Be like, fuck it. You live over there by them, and then you can't come over here, or you around them like, oh, I saw you with so-and-so. Now you gotta be who they think you are.
So if
it's a difference in where you at.
If you can say what would be the right parenting for your child in this day and age of 2024, what would you say as far as guidance?
A 2-parent household has always been the proper parenting, like the proper route.
Right.
And being married is always the proper route.
Why married, though? I mean, I don't get it. You can have a 2-parent household, but why do you need to be married? What's the difference? You want to solidify that to let your kids know, hey, it's okay to get married, or like what? I don't get it.
Let them know what comes from it. Like if you're single and you're in a relationship with a motherfucker and y'all build all this shit and you die, and now you like they don't have no rights to shit. Now that your parents coming and trying to get everything, you have people like that. You don't have to take all the worry off for everybody. You have everything set up for them. And then let's say you're working and your insurance depends on your spouse. Like you want your spouse to have as good as insurance as you have. Why not marry? Why not, marriage it comes with a lot, it means a lot more than just a committed relationship. Because it comes with so much.
That's true. I agree with you on that one. Like you said, the 2-parent household is a stronger bond than having a 1-parent household.
Yeah. And you able to do more too, especially when the father, like, if one of the parents don't work or don't want to work, you can't do that.
Someone can pick up that slack.
If you're single, you gotta work, and then you trying to struggle with a life of being there for your child, trying to be there for yourself, and working and trying to find somebody to be with. So you don't have that much life, and it's not that much time in a day.
Hey, I get it. You got it. I mean, 2-parent household, teaching certain things, understanding certain things nowadays, compared to when we coming up, in the 80s, 90s, late 80s, early 90s.
We were more independent. Right now, we kind of handicap the kids, so they don't have as much freedom as we have. So we really got to be there.
I mean, we can build the freedom. Like me, I'm trying to push more freedom, but now
we was outside. We was outside at 5 and 6 on our own.
Yeah, true.
So these little motherfuckers can't go nowhere, and they be 12 and 13. Like, damn,
that's true. But then I think if 5 and 6 our parents didn't give a damn. Like that little motherfucker get lost, he gonna know where apartment he stay in. So it is what it is, right?
And how to get back. We was getting all around the city.
Exactly. But you gotta understand that shit. That's just how the city was back then. Yeah.
And we ain't even have GPS or fucking phone to get called and tell them coming in. OG said, you be in before I go to sleep.
That's true. And then whatever we came in with, we had to deal with, okay, where the fuck you that knot from on your head? Why the fuck you smell like an old man? Well, who told you still from that store?
You was coming in too tangy, huh?
Motherfucker had chamoy under his armpits. Spicy.
Man.
No, for real.
He had all the beats.
But I think you give some great points when it comes to the whole parenting thing of kids understanding a 2-parent household and being raised a certain way and independency. And just understanding what we're going through in certain levels of life today with kids transitioning, trying to be a different gender. It heavy weighs on them, but also it's like, we got to give those speeches for them to understand, or do we just sit back and let them, hey, I'm going to let you do you. Eventually, you're going to see how it turns out type shit. You know what I'm saying? So it just really depends.
I'm big on fucking teaching the mistakes that that we went through or somebody else we know went through. Because I never wanted to follow and learn from my mistakes. That wasn't me. If I watch somebody do something wrong, I'm not going to repeat what they did because it don't make sense to me. I've never been that person like, yeah, I'll probably do it better. Like, no, motherfucker, you can't jump 20 feet. Yeah. So, I mean, he fell and broke his neck, and now he paralyzed from neck down. I'm not about to try that. I'm just gonna try to build something across. I'm gonna try it a different way. I'm not gonna do what I've seen fail exactly to the T. And that's big for us. We always just do, like, a lot of people say that, let them learn on their own. I'm like, no, that don't make sense. Don't do something that we know is gonna fail. Like, I try to tell my niece and nephew, like, no, that's stupid. Find you a place and go from there. I always tell them, look, if you ain't going to college, go to the military. It's only two options for me.
Because it'll pay for college eventually when you want to go to college.
Or find a trade school. You got a trade school. See Nathan in a trade school. That's okay with me. Find something to do other than doing nothing. Because once you get into doing nothing, you get lost. And going back is way harder than just continuously moving. If you was already in school and you will leave school, go to school, that's easy. But getting out of school and then trying to find school later, when your mind has settled to not learning again, like, it's going to be tough.
I totally understand. So, yeah. I mean, we see the difference in it. So, we just got to move accordingly when it comes to these kids.
You done tried with how many people to help them out, and they fucking come out there and they
that's a whole nother subject, a whole nother pod, all types of shit. Yeah, so, but I understand, though. So
like we were saying, like Camille having the two houses, that's a benefit for her because she can go to any house. I make it so that she can go wherever she want to go. Now that she's old enough to really to decide, her mom hit me up like a couple weekends ago. She like, "You're not coming to get her?" I'm like, "No, she want to stay at the crib." She like, "What happened to her being a kid?" Like, yeah, she's still a kid. I just got to make those type of decisions for her because I was old enough to say rather than I want to stay in this room versus go all the way over there and stay in that room. She not like gonna be running around the house. So she can stay in whatever room she want to stay in because that's all she gonna do when she go outside. When she leave the house, their house, and come over here, she gonna stay in her room or be in the living room. When she leave here to go back over there, she gonna stay in her room or be in the living room. It ain't complicated. Yeah. She ain't in the way really. She ain't gonna really bother you.
Sure.
She's a straight A student, so she can do whatever the fuck she want.
I mean, it ain't about that because that's like, then think about it. She's a straight ass student. She can do whatever she want. Then a motherfucker get booked on some armed robbery charges because she seen somebody holding $300 in her hand. She wanted those country girl chips. Then what? You gonna say, well, she's a straight ass student. I'll let her rob any bank.
Yeah, on God. I got the guns for her.
Because it's on God. This guy.
Nah, but she, being a straight A student, I hope the straight A students ain't thinking about robbing the bank. She begged her parents enough.
I mean, I get that, but sometimes when they straight A students, they don't have all the money they want or the cool kicks they want, like other kids. They end up making grades, but that's it. So,
that's why you work hard. I want to. You got to teach. So, I was watching. I can't think of who it was saying that they teach their child to work for what they want. So even in their household, they got to do stuff to get the things that they want outside of what you already provide.
Right.
So if you got all good grades, that like you're supposed to have that because you don't have nothing else to do.
That's
but
right.
be
That's
a kid
job.
and go to school.
You got
that's
one
your
job. Yeah,
you're supposed to get those good grades. You gotta want to and you gotta tell them like, look, this is about to help your life because eventually you're gonna be gone. Being a child is the shortest time frame of your life. You can be an adult way longer than you're
gonna be a child for 18 years, but you're gonna be an adult for damn near 60. You know what I'm saying? If things work out.
And that's the weakest shit in the world. So you gotta take advantage of it.
I know, right? Hey, motherfucking definitely go back to give me 15 years old, no bills, no nothing. Hey, you can take this mortgage, you can take this cell phone bill, you can take this car registration and this city sticker back. Just let me drive my mama car.
Shit.
For real.
Man.
So
we'd be like, God damn, this shit was lame as hell. Like
hey,
look, at least been a kid for 27, 28. Like give me 30
I know, right?
As a kid.
Well, you a senior. Oh, you a senior? You about to turn 27? No, 28. You a senior. For real.
I feel like we supposed to have like a child retirement. Like at 18, like whenever you're done with college, that's when your child retirement kicks in. You get 5 years of doing nothing.
Yeah.
But we took I took my goof ass straight to the service.
Yeah, I ain't do that. I did a couple years of college. I was like, let me see what's really out there.
But I knew what I wanted to do, so I'm like, fuck it. I'm not about to.
Right. Which is good. You did it. You know what I'm saying? So, and it actually benefited you in the future because you actually understood as you got older. A lot of people understand that. So, but look, man. So, I don't want to keep you too long.
Yeah. So check back in next time.
Until next time. Appreciate you joining That Part Podcast. What's you want to put your IG out there so that everybody can link with you once I post it?
We'll see how y'all respond, and then I'll give y'all my socials.
Here you go. You worried about the comments? Check the comments. Looking at
Nah, because they gonna get to my social like, yeah, damn, he don't really be doing shit. Like, you're not about to get no lavish life. You're gonna get a post every once in a while.
I mean, even that, they want to really know who you is, so they want to go to that post. But I mean,
but you
whatever
go to Black.
works, so
on IG, I'm Black 4101, and y'all 4101 with an underscore underneath. The 4101 are all numbers, all digits. Black is BLACK, as you see in the corner.
So, well, I appreciate you joining. We're gonna be looking forward to being the co-host. I do need a co-host, so we definitely have some good conversations. So join in That Part Podcast. Check out my IG, Big Chest _ the barber, or you can check out Chest Clips and Cuts if you're in San Diego. It's a barbershop. We got 2 locations, and if you're choosing to, visit for any longer, come check out multiple areas of San Diego, which I'm also a football coach, and I do chiropractic sports medicine. So if you're looking to maybe uplift your kid to being a better sports player, but also having the level of just progressing in any sports, I can get them there. So check my IG out on my social media. Oh, well, we all right. No, we 3-3 right now, which is not bad,
No, that ain't bad.
All season I train, all season I do chiropractic sports med. So, like I said, working with athletes, I'm trying to get to a higher level. Other than that, we're going to secure this.
One last thing before you hang up.
Mm-hmm.
How the hell you become an Eagles fan? When did this happen?
So I didn't become an Eagles fan. I actually watched the documentary on the Kelsey brothers. And Jason Kelsey, he's a center for the Eagles. He just retired. And you watch his story, it's pretty deep. So I wanted to be a good supporter. So I went and bought the Eagles jersey with the Eagles hat. And actually, this shit pretty tough, though, low-key. Yeah. Low-key, yeah. But, I fuck with it. But overall, I'm still a Bears fan. Hopefully, our Bears get together. They drafted the #1 pick, and you're looking like the 59th pick. But it is what it is.
Which is expected, though.
Right. So we can't do it overnight. So it's going to take some time. But if you out there, get a Jason Kelsey jersey because he's a good player. He's a good center. He gave, I think, about 12, 13 years on the Eagles. Very humble brother, and I've actually met him in person before, too. I ain't get his autograph, but, he's a good guy. So overall, all right, bro. So we're going to tap in. Catch us next week.